What's up, guys? Vlog number 3. Today's Sunday, the 19th. It was about 4 o'clock when we finally got back to the house and I could maybe get out and detect a while. So I just came over here to the city park and I wanted to talk a little bit about things I look for at a park. Especially when you're talking a park that's this old. You guys can, I'm sure you can tell that there's an elevation change there between the road and the park area. There used to be a road that went through here, 2 roads as a matter of fact, like they were just little, like a driveway through the park. For those of you guys that detected in Linwood in Wichita, Kansas, you may have noticed that there are a couple of those types of places in Linwood as well. But then right over there where my detector is, there's real low lying ground all the way across, and then when you get to about where my machine is, you see that hump. Well, if you look in a little further, it's real low in there. And I do believe that there probably was a swing set or something, some type of playground equipment in that low spot at one point in time. I'm still getting a lot of deep targets that I just can't dig to, so I'm cleaning out all the junk, and I've dug, I don't know, probably 15 pull tabs and I don't know, 10 or 12 pieces of clad out of here today. But there's a lot of good deep sounding targets, so I'm optimistic that this particular park will produce. Judging the age of the coins I've found in this park, I don't think it has been detected hardly at all, ever. Because I've found stuff from the early 1900s all the way up to modern clad and everywhere in between. I haven't seen a gap between like 1970 and 1990 or anything like that. And that leads me to the second point of the day, is everything you dig, every signal you dig, you can, it will help you to start putting together a piece of history. And really, when you look at it, that's what us as detectorists are doing. We're piecing together history on a place, especially when you're talking about a public park like this. If you're talking about a residential place, it's a little easier to know the history of it because all that is on record. When it comes to parks, you don't know who's been here and detected it already. You don't know all the history of it. So anyways, that's that. Sun's starting to fade a little bit, so I will see you guys next time. I wanted to take just a couple more minutes and talk about something that I was reminded of while detecting this afternoon. If you think your metal detector is good enough to shoot through less than desirable objects and find a good signal, you may be partially correct. But I know from personal experience, and today it happened, that I would dig a signal. Maybe it wasn't a perfect sounding signal, but it sounded pretty good. I'd dig it and I would dig a pull tab out. And then I'd run the machine back over the hole to make sure that that was everything. And lo and behold, several times there was a deeper signal that sounded great. So this just reiterates in my mind, and I thought I'd pass it along to you, that your detector may be seeing both objects, but it is going to give priority to the one it sees first. That being said, it takes a lot of time and practice and patience to learn what those sounds sound like. And I would encourage you to dig more targets that don't sound perfect. There's a huge thought process, or I don't know if it's a huge thought process, but I know a lot of people that only dig targets that sound perfect. And by doing that, I have to think they're not finding as many targets. I could be wrong. I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I know their machine better than they do or what it's telling them, but I have a sneaking suspicion that people leave good finds in the ground for the next guy. Whether they're lazy and they don't want to dig that deep, whether they can't dig that deep at that time, or they don't recheck their holes. So double check your holes, you know, once you have it opened up and you pull one item out, go ahead and scan it again. Doesn't take very long. The other thing that I thought of while I was out detecting that I thought would be fun is that you guys could comment on this video questions, and maybe like once a month I will do a Q&A. So I'll collect up a bunch of questions that I get on the channel and then answer them in one of my videos. So if you have questions, whether you're just getting into the hobby, you want to get into the hobby, or if you have questions about research, go ahead and send them to me and I will answer them to the best of my ability. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.